Matthew chapter 27, verse 46 says, "And about the ninth hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why hast thou forsaken me?" For just a few minutes, I want to talk about "this is too much." I don't think any word messes with me from the cross like the one I posit for our consideration this evening. Because here in this cry of dereliction, Jesus is feeling abandoned by the very one that sent him. As a matter of fact, what Jesus calls him in that moment gives us a peek into his psyche. Eloi is a Hebrew derivative of the Hebrew word Elohim. If you understand Jewish and Old Testament theology, they only used the word God or Elohim when they were describing the delivering nature of Yahweh. So he calls him deliverer in the same breath he calls him abandoner. It's a struggle for Jesus, because what Jesus is suggesting by calling him God and by saying "you left me" is that your actions seem to be contradicting your nature. That what I'm going through doesn't match who I know you to be. I've called you Jehovah Jireh, but my bills aren't paid. I've called you Jehovah Rapha, but I'm still taking medicine. Jesus suggests to us that there are moments in your life where your context will contradict the very nature of who you know God to be. And at this moment, Jesus feels more alone than he has ever felt. And I must admit, because I don't have much time, I'm glad that Jesus had this moment. Because in a real sense, it helps me and you and everybody watching on the Word Network to know that your anointing does not dismantle your humanity. I think I just said something that I don't care how anointed you are, I don't care how saved you are, life can bring a twist that will give you a human moment. I'm not talking to everybody, just 3 people in your section. Have you ever been there? You do all you're supposed to do. You follow God's plan with obedience, and your obedience has led to such pain and agony that you feel like God has left you to navigate through the darkest moments by yourself. You feel disconnected from the one you need to be connected to in order to get through. How many of y'all tonight can say, "I'm saved, I'm sanctified, I'm filled with the Holy Ghost, I speak in tongues"? But life can bring me some situations where I have a human moment. In a theological sense, we know that the darkness is the sign that the weight of the sin of the world is on his shoulders. But walk with me for a few minutes, if you can let me do a parabolic exegesis of this moment. It's dark, and Jesus is feeling forsaken, abandoned, left by himself, which means there will be moments where you have to do ministry even when you don't feel God. Come here, y'all ain't trying to talk to me. God can seem conspicuously silent and strangely absent, and sometimes you will be forced to work for God when you ain't hearing nothing from God. There are moments when you pray and God don't tell you your breakthrough is coming in 6 days. Your seed ain't gonna give you nothing. He is silent. Sometimes you can call on him and get nothing back in response. But let me help somebody tonight. His seeming absence is never an excuse to abort the assignment on your life. I came to make an announcement. The darkness you are in is not the end of your story. God's just shifted your atmosphere. Go and high five your neighbor and tell him it's shifting season. He's shifting my life. He's shifting my family. He's shifting my finances. Would you do me one quick favor? Would you take your neighbor by the hand and tell your neighbor, neighbor, it's shifting time. That was the wrong neighbor. Turn on the other side. Take your neighbor by the hand. Shake 'em and rock 'em. Rock 'em and shake 'em. Shake 'em and rock 'em. And tell 'em, neighbor, oh,